Welcome to AdventureSphere. This channel is dedicated to missing people who are missing with a vehicle. In the process of creating this database, we are creating a volunteer sonar search and recovery dive team to search for the people featured on our channel. Our services are free of charge. We ask you to consider subscribing, watch our content, and help spread awareness of our endeavor. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline can be reached by dialing 988 or 1-800-273-8255. Joseph J. Bichrest, then 34, is missing from Shirley, Maine. His last date of contact was Saturday, October 16th, 1976. Joseph was troubled with marital and financial struggles. The local district attorney was investigating him for theft and by the Attorney General's office for the Bar Association complaints, as well as borrowing large amounts of money and passing bad checks with an overdrawn account. The IRS was also investigating him for tax evasion. Joseph became despondent and made suicidal threats. He may have gone to the local district attorneys over the weekend and then disappeared. Joseph drives a blue and white Jeep. The year and model numbers are unknown, so I just put some examples, different types to get an idea. The Jeep does, however, bear Maryland plates 550212. The Maine State Police, Troop A, are investigating. They can be reached at 207-973-3700. Joseph's case number is CC76694. Another database says that 2 days after he disappeared, one of his cards was used in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where Joseph is originally from. He moved to Maine a few years before he disappeared. After Joseph disappeared, there were rumors that he was murdered and that he and his Jeep were dumped in a quarry in the Greenville area. The Maine State Police can also be reached toll-free by calling 1-800-432-7381. Let's see here. So there's a news article in the Bangor Daily News that he was living in Greenville when he disappeared. A report suggested that, again, he was in the quarry somewhere. Police have searched several quarries over the years, so it's sounding like they were unable to find him. I do have some questions. If any of his friends or family can answer any of these, it might help us narrow down our search area. What were his exact home and work addresses and places that he liked to frequent? Did he volunteer anywhere, go to church? What hobbies was he into? And did he attend any social groups? Did he prefer to go out or stay home? Was he an early bird or a night owl? A couple of weird questions, but what are his favorite colors and his favorite homemade meal recipe? Did he give any possessions away in the month or two prior to his disappearance? Does he prefer to drive on main roads or back roads? Did he drive at night? Were license plate readers checked for his license plate? If so, where were they last populated at? Did he put any calls to AAA, his mechanic, or car insurance carrier? What are items that he always carried or wore? Perhaps a necklace or a ring. Multi-tool, being that he's in Maine, he might be carrying a knife or gun with the moose and bear in the area, just to be safe. If there are weapons in the vehicle and we are able to find the vehicle, I want to make sure we look around the immediate area very well to make sure we are able to recover weapons so they don't get into the wrong hands. Return those into the investigating agencies. Was he suffering from any health issues, diabetics, seizures, concussion? How was his vision? I know he wore glasses. And then what was the place of his last verified financial transaction? Was it the one in Philadelphia, or was he perhaps caught on surveillance tape at a gas station somewhere paying cash for items? Let's see here. Got that one. And then one of his last trials, I found this interesting. It was a trial without a jury, and it concluded June 28th, 1978. Maybe that was when it was filed. This is a full year and a half after he went missing. It was Daigle and Son Incorporated versus Stone. He was a trial attorney on behalf of the defendants, Dr. and Mrs. Stone, who felt the way that their attorney, Joseph Bichrest, conducted himself during trial deprived them of a fair trial. They said Joseph failed to call an expert witness on their behalf during the trial. Dr. and Mrs. Stone had to show how the lack of expert testimony hurt their case. There was also nothing in the record that indicated the expert would be available if a new trial was granted. Dr. and Mrs. Stone went on to claim that the attorney's disappearance itself, immediately after the trial, also prejudiced their case, even though the written brief was submitted to their justice per their instruction. It's something that's done after the trial, I guess. The defendants' arguments only came after they lost the trial and not during. The defendants' own calculated choices post-trial during their strategy is what ultimately worked against them. The court believed they should have moved for a mistrial or object to their attorney, Mr. Bichrest, on not calling the expert witness. They also did not object to Joseph's spouse preparing the post-trial brief. She had recently passed her bar exam. Dr. and Mrs. Stone's appeal came 8 months after the trial concluded. It was interesting to read about this case because I don't have a law background, and I would have been oblivious to the steps that could have been taken. And then I got to wondering who used his credit card in Philadelphia. Did his wife fly there to talk with his parents? Did he? Assuming they didn't drive and make several purchases at gas stations along the way. Could a purchase have been made over the phone at a business in Philadelphia and sent to either his parents, a family member in the area, or perhaps an old friend? Could Joseph have started the rumors that I mentioned about he and his Jeep being in a quarry in the Greenville area? He could have possibly started the rumors to help authorities be less inclined to search for him while he lived in hiding. How did Joseph decide to live in Maine? Where there is some water in the nearby Shelby area, but I'm leaning towards him being somewhere in or around Greenfield. If we strike out in Greenfield, we can go to, or Greenville, I'm sorry. So if we strike out in Greenville, we can go to Shirley, and then we could even look in the Philadelphia area. The places I'm about to mention are shared with my blessing, so Joseph can be reunited with his family, regardless who higher powers work through. The description box has our email address if you'd like to share insight on any case, know someone missing with a vehicle and would like them featured on our channel and searched for, or to donate equipment. The video of Google Earth has a measurement from our current best starting location and goes out to possible search areas. We focus on bodies of water within 5 miles of their last known location and within 5 miles of their destination. If an area has been heavily searched, we may expand the search area, but please keep in mind that accidents tend to happen closer to home. So you might be seeing a lot of ice, it looks like, and perhaps snow on the water. In October of 76, the average high was 49 and there was no precipitation, so he shouldn't have encountered ice at this time. But in Greenville and Shirley, I'd like to look at the Shirley Pond. There's a creek north of town on the B&A Railroad Road North. There's the West Shirley Bog, McClellan Pond, Bell Pond, Spectacle Ponds, Doty Ponds, the Petacascals River. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm so sorry if I have it wrong. Ordway Pond. And then as we get up into Greenville, the standout place would be the Moosehead Lake. There's Papoose Pond, Little Moose Pond, Big Moose Pond, then Little and Big Notch Pond, Rum Pond, Lower Wilson Pond, and then there's retention ponds all along Spruce Street. I'm wondering if those ponds might be the quarries that they're talking about. I believe there's also some quarries on the west side of town. So, if you'd like to help Joseph's family find him, please subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and ring the notification bell to receive progress reports. I'll let the video play out here just another minute so you can see the entire search area. If you see something I missed, please let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and remember that we love you.